Now, the government's National Infrastructure Commission has warned dozens of major roads across England are so congested and in need of upgrading that they may damage economic growth.
Yeah, the Commission says the Treasury needs to refocus investment on road building, as for many people and businesses, it's the only viable transport option available.
Well, joining us now to discuss this further is motoring journalist and transport campaigner Quentin Wilson. Good morning to you, Quentin. Really good to have your company this morning. I mean, for anybody who takes a trip out on the roads in the UK, this will come as no surprise that roads are so damaged and so congested that it's actually, now we're hearing, risking our economic growth as a country.
But we've known this for years, and as long as I've been writing and broadcasting about cars, I've been saying that this culture of hating the car, four wheels bad, two wheels good, and not building roads deliberately will have these consequences. And here we are. And what's the backlog to repair the roads? If we started now, it would take 11 years and cost 14 billion quid. How has it come to this? And I'll tell you how it's come to this, because back in 97, when New Labour came to power, they just cancelled a huge raft of road building projects. And this kind of ideological hatred of the car and anti-car rhetoric seeped into government in Westminster. And it's been there ever since. So, you know, the car was seen as this evil, and there was going to be this miraculous modal shift to public transport and active travel. Well, that hasn't happened. And, you know, suddenly we wake up blinking in the headlights, if you'll pardon the pun, of the fact that our road system is a smoking, broken ruin, and it is affecting growth and GDP and productivity. And these headlines about how many hours a year we spend in traffic jams, you know, this we could have seen. If you look back in history, look at Eisenhower and the interstates of the 1950s, that laid the foundations of prosperous post-war America. But no, we don't want that. We want everybody to go to Tesco in the rain on their bicycles and travel on a public transport system that really doesn't exist and doesn't work.
Quentin, I was out with Howard Cox yesterday from Fair Fuel UK. You'll know him. And he was talking about this huge war, as you just mentioned. Where's it going to end? Because we have ULEZ schemes, we have clean air schemes. They can find millions of pounds for cycle lanes. Is this indicative of a political class who basically live in metropolitan areas and don't have to drive anywhere? And is it just actually a complete and utter all-out war on motorists now?
I call the Department for Transport the Department for Trains, because there is this absolute obsession with trains. We don't know why, but they are obsessed with them. And the money we have spent on the doomed HS2 project, if we'd spent just a tiny proportion of that, and I remember writing about this in the Mirror, we would have a much, much better strategic road network and A-roads. And you know, you look at smart motorways. 2 people have recently died again on these smart motorways, which were a way of building new road capacity on the cheap. Now, this has just got to stop. Otherwise, we will have no growth in our economy, because people will not be able to transport goods and people from A to B. It's as simple as that.
Quentin, we haven't got very long with you, but I did want to ask you about the government's new £50 million package to improve Britain's roads. It's not a lot of money, is it?
It is a raindrop echoing in an ocean. When, you know, the headline figure I gave you a minute ago, £14 billion just to fix the potholes. So we're talking about tinkering around the edges as usual. So, and this isn't just, you know, one party. I'm not knocking the Conservative. It's Lib Dems, it's Labour. Everybody's had a hand in this mismanagement of our transport network.
Quentin Wilson, you're always a pleasure, never a chore. Thanks for your fiery words this morning. Thanks for joining us on GB News.